Hello learners, I hope all of you are doing great. In today's rural marketing session, we will be discussing on rural distribution channel management. So, in India, as we have discussed earlier, that is more than 74% of the people lives in rural parts. So it's difficult for the marketers to reach out to the rural villages. So for the efficient marketing, they have to find a best possible distribution channels so that the products and services will be available to the rural customers. For that, there are almost 60 lakh outlets working both in urban and rural markets, and they are connecting over through 36 lakh of retail outlets which are spread over the 6 lakh villages across India. But the major difficulty faced by the rural marketers are they don't have enough amount of the working capital or a large sale force to reach out to the rural market. So we'll see what are the obstacles that are faced by the rural marketers to reach out to the rural consumers. The first point is the distribution chain requires a large number of intermediaries, and this increases the cost of distribution. The second point is non-availability of dealers. Third obstacle is poor viability of retail outlets due to low business volume. Inadequate banking facilities again is an obstacle to reach out to the rural consumers. Only about 80% of the markets are connected by roads. The transportation or the infrastructure facilities which are lacking in the rural area is again a big problem that is faced by the rural marketers or the multinational companies to reach out to the rural consumers. The interior village roads in India, the villages there are almost 6 lakh plus villages, and that is spread across the country from north to south and east to west, and the villages are scattered. So it is difficult for the marketers to reach out to each village and market their produce. So this is again an obstacle faced by the rural marketers to reach out to the right customers. Then interior village roads get flooded during the monsoon season. Transport and communication facilities are generally poor in village. Credit requirements of channel members, because in distribution there will be a manufacturer, then that will be carry forwarded to wholesalers. From wholesalers that will be taken to carry forward agencies. Carrying and forward agencies are their agents work who are the intermediaries. From there that will be transported to retail outlets or sub distribution agents or super stockist. Then the super stockist will be giving, like, that will be transferred to the distribution agents. From distribution agents that will be reaching to each village, and in each village there will be retail outlets. So there is a large number of intermediaries between the manufacturer and the final consumer. That is a manufacturer or the producer to the end consumer. There is a large channel or large chain that is involved. So at each stage, since as the length of the channel increases, the cost of distribution also increase, and the sales force involved in the distribution also increase. So that again increases the cost. At the same time, for each channel member there should be credit facilities available. So the retail outlets, the people in the villages who are becoming the retailers, they also face a difficulty of the credit requirement. Okay, so these are the major obstacles to reach out to the rural consumers. Now we will see why to increase the distribution in rural area, why there is a need for the increasing distribution in the rural area, and why to strengthen the distribution channel and how that can be done. As per Rural Marketing Association of India, they have conducted is a retail study. The tendency to shop from the nearby town city is high among the rural residing. That is, rural consumers always tries to buy their products. They try to buy their commodities from a shop or from a local shop which is near to their place, that is maximum 25 kilometers or maximum 10 kilometers in surrounding. They will go and purchase a commodity. They will not come out or they will not travel more than this 25 kilometer. That this is a maximum kilometer that a rural customer will go in search of a particular product. Whereas 80% of the finished goods are purchased from the nearby towns and cities. That is, only 20% of certain goods will be purchased from other than the local cities. So there is a need for a proper distribution channel so that the urban companies or the marketers who are in the residing in the urban area can reach out to the rural customers. Therefore, the marketers need to ensure products availability in the right place to general rural sales also exist. So this is the reason why there is an increase, there should be an increase or there should be a very strong distribution channel in rural area. Now let's see what are the traditional methods involved in rural distribution channel or rural marketing in the distribution. So as you can see from the diagram or from the pictures, it's understood melas or a company stalls in melas will be like stalls will be put on in the melas, huts will be put on, the branded products will be available in the huts, and mobile trading is again another option for the rural distribution. So these are some among the distribution channels which are used by the marketers, and these are the traditional methods to reach out to the rural marketers, like huts, melas, mobile trading. Mobile trading, you can see the Colgate, which is a very well known toothpaste company. So they are doing the mobile trading, or you can put on some melas or putting up stalls in the melas so that a huge number of population or huge number of rural people will be visiting the mela so they can buy the products. So development of the retailers in the rural market, how the retailing or the commodity, how good the distribution can be increased, or how the strength of the distribution channel in rural areas can be strengthened. We can see by setting up cooperative societies or by linking with the cooperative societies, the consumer societies, like by putting up consumer societies in the rural areas which are of cooperative nature, can can strengthen the distribution channel, which is one among the good method of increasing the retail outlets. Second is public distribution system. Public distribution system is put up by the government, and they are commonly the ration shops. Next is agricultural input dealers, potential villages, feeder markets and mandis. This is again development, like this is again a distribution method. The post offices and bank branches can also help to reach out for the distribution. So these are some among the developments that have happened and have to be strengthened to have an efficient distribution channel in the rural market. Now we'll see what are the more like modern methods, that is modern retail methods that are existing in rural areas, and you may be very known about these things. They are ITCs, e-Chowpal and Hariyali Kisan Bazaar, where all the agriculture inputs and agriculture machineries and agriculture commodities are related to the inputs are available for the consumers, that is rural consumers. And the rural why this is all about agriculture input commodities or agriculture retail outlets are there. It's because most of the rural consumers or the rural people are engaged in the agriculture and allied activities, so their major consumption is based on what the agriculture inputs. So that's the reason of putting up of ITCs, e-Chowpal and Hariyali Kisan Bazaar. There is again the Godrej Aadhar is there, Tata Kisan Sansar is there, where all the inputs will be available at a single umbrella. Okay, the 3A Bazaar, these are all are modern the retail outlets for the rural areas. ITC's E-Chopal, DSCL's Haryali Kisan Bazaar, Godrej, Aadhar, Tata Kisan Sagar and 3A Bazaar. Now we'll conclude the rural distribution. The rural markets and the consumers are scattered over a wide geographical area. As we know, it is spread across the country. Considering the low income of consumers, low density of population, poor conditions of the roads, it becomes difficult and uneconomical to individual service all the villages. It is very difficult to serve each individual or each village. The marketers have to follow a selective approach based on market potential in developing a network of distributors and retailers in rural market. So that is how the hub and spoke model of distribution was developed, and this hub and spoke distribution model is mostly used in the rural area. Now we will be discussing upon the hub and spoke distribution model with an example.